Hi, it's Misty with How Creative Creations, the stick pony lady. Question, what do you do with all the scraps from making stick ponies? This week, I took the ones from dragons. Only dragon stick ponies. Only dragon stick ponies. And I made a quilt. And it's not a full-size quilt. I still have enough pieces. I could probably do another one, I think. Anyways, I made a quilt. And so I decided to show y'all how I did it. In all honesty, I'm not a quilt maker. Usually it's not perfect. It's not to a quilter standards, but I'm proud of it. I don't know if I'm going to give it away, if I'm going to keep it, or if I'll put it for sale. But it's done in about a week, and it's like sit on the couch, cover up kind of lap quilt. I don't know. Throw, I don't know what you call those. It's big enough to snuggle under on the couch with. But I'm kind of proud of it. And I wanted to show you how I did it. Or, sort of. It's a quick process. But I wanted to share. I'll see y'all later, friends. So I started out, I cut all my pieces in like a 4-inch square, which gave me 3.5-inch pieces. Squares. I sewed them together. I pieced them together just about a 1/4-inch seam allowance, which gave me 3.5 by 3.5 inch squares. And I did 15 rows by 16 columns, or 15 across and 16 down. And then I finished it with, I used a 4-inch, I cut 4-inch strips to do the brown binding. But these are all for each different fabric on this quilt. On average, it's about 3 dragon stick ponies per different fabric. Some there's just one, some there's just one from it because it was a fat quarter, and some of them it was several stick ponies. There's a couple of fabrics that I've gone back and I bought a couple of times because I love them so much. But on average, there's about 3 per one. So, and this is several years I've been collecting these scraps. They made the move with me. I just figured it was time to kind of clean them out. And I'm kind of burnt out on making stick ponies, and I need to get rid of some scraps. And so making a quilt. I know I'll do more of these in the future, and I'll get better at making them. The piecing part's not the part I had a problem with. It's the actual quilting and finishing. I'm a novice. This is only the fifth quilt I've ever done. The first quilt I did, I didn't get to finish. I made a big anniversary quilt for my then grandparents-in-law. And my ex-husband divorced me while I was doing it, so I didn't get to quilt it. But that's okay. Here it is. You can see some of the pieces. That was just the piece to quilt. And this is the quilting process. See, I messed up here. I shouldn't have sewn that top row. Anyways, so I got smarter. So the first row the first and the last row, I did with a cross stitch on my machine. Won't do that again. Same on the left and right sides. Everything else I just did a straight stitch and kind of stitched in the ditch, although not exactly. And there's all the different fabrics. Real close up. On some of these you can see Sharpie lines where I had drawn. Y'all all seen me trace my patterns, so they're dragons that didn't work out. So I used it for this, and I left that because that's part of the process. And I thought it was like just a little neat thing, you know, so you can see where I started. And then I'm showing you the shinies. Here's the finished quilt. Y'all let me know.